community conversation. Today we're going to be talking about some beginner tips for menopausal women or any woman who is going through a hormonal season of change. We'll call it that, because I know there's a lot of different seasons and a lot of us are in different phases of that. So we're going to address all of us today who are feeling just a little off hormonally and maybe are considering intermittent fasting. And I'm going to give you some of the tips that I share with women who are here in this community, as well as the women who jump into our online course. So if you're new, welcome. My name is Diane Parham. I am the creator of the online course and community, the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman. We do consider aging women who are going through hormonal seasons of change. So all ages are welcome here. If you're joining us on YouTube and maybe you haven't done so yet, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified when we upload content or I go live. This is also a time for us to have a conversation. So if you have any questions about your personal intermittent fasting journey, or you would like me to clear up some information about intermittent fasting, please put those in the comments section. If you're joining us on Facebook, all of those things apply as well. Please make sure you're following us on Facebook. We do post a lot of extra content there, and that's a great place to get some help as well. Always hit that like button and then share this with your girlfriends who you think might benefit from hearing this content. Okay, so let's get going. Today we're going to talk about some beginner tips. In this community, I really focus my advice and my coaching off of the mindset that we need to adapt when we are looking to create change in our life, right? When we're looking to create a positive effect, and we're trying to do that through lifestyle changes. So today's information is going to be based off of that and the feedback and advice that I'm asked to give to women who are struggling with trying to make intermittent fasting their lifestyle. So we're going to go at this today from the mindset approach. Okay, so my first tip is know why you are fasting. Be clear about it so that you focus on the right result. A lot of times when women come to me asking me for advice about intermittent fasting, or even when they're introducing themselves in the community group on the first day of class, the whys are so compelling, right? I want to age successfully. I want to do this for my future self. I'm tired of, the insomnia. I'm tired of the night sweats. I'm tired of all the aches and pains and all of those things. And then will be upset that they haven't lost a drastic amount of weight. What that does is it creates a conflict in our thought process, right? And our brain is really confused because you're saying you'll do anything to feel better, but then you're disappointed in your body because you haven't lost, the 30 pounds that you've been trying to lose, or you've been gaining and losing over the past 20 or 30 years. So we have to be very clear about our why. We need to make sure that we're very concise about it so that the decisions that we are making will line up with the results that we're getting. And let me tell you this, for my women who are maybe dabbling in intermittent fasting or were intermittent fasting and slipped away and are wanting to come back. Once you start to feel better, if your focus or your why is to feel better, then what happens is your optimism and the thoughts that are going on in your brain become positive and more motivating as well. So when we focus on the why being, we want to feel better, we want to show up for ourselves in a better way, we want to have energy when we get out of bed in the morning, we want to get a great night's sleep. When we concentrate on those as our why, and we start to get those, then the weight loss efforts become so much better because we have a positive outlook in our own mindset. If we focus on the weight, and the weight is the thing that generally is the last thing to take effect when you start implementing an intermittent fasting lifestyle, especially for my beginners, then what happens is you get frustrated and you begin to have those negative mind loops going on in your brain, and then you fall away from what could be one of the best lifestyles for you as a menopausal woman. So make sure your why is clear and concise, and then make decisions that are going to get you to that why so that you can then reap the benefits of that and then work on the next phase. So that is a very important aspect. We work on that in the very beginning of our Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course. Okay, intermittent fasting is a longevity lifestyle, not a vanity lifestyle. When we work on the insides first, and we work on healing our body on a cellular level. We work on reducing inflammation. We work on cognitive repair from some of the decline that we're feeling over the years. When we work on having more energy, when we work on fixing ourselves from the inside, then the outside kicks in with little effort. You'll start to notice and feel the anti-aging benefits that come with intermittent fasting. You'll notice that your skin is improving. You will notice that the weight is coming off. You'll notice the reduction in inflammation. Oftentimes when we pick up a new lifestyle type of change in our life through nutrition and exercise, the focus, or what we're marketed to, is the outside aesthetics, right? We want to look a certain way based on what we see other people are achieving. And we never consider what's going on the inside. This is one of the things that I love about intermittent fasting, and what I love about my beginners who come into this community, is that when we focus on healing the inside, when we focus on working on the cellular repair that happens when we are practicing intermittent fasting and we're doing it consistently over time, all of those outside aesthetics also kick in. And then, like I said, it's time and consistency, and it will just get better with time and your own consistency. So remember, intermittent fasting is for us to have a longevity experience. We want to age successfully. We're doing everything for our future self, and it starts on the inside. The outside will pick up when the inside is healed, for sure. Okay, number 3 is understand the basics of nutrition. No need for an advanced degree in nutrition to get results. If you make very wise choices in the moment of your nutritional decisions, you can't go wrong with intermittent fasting, especially when you're tied in to the signs and signals that your body is sending you when you put something in, on, or around your body. Remember, we feast in 3 different ways, right? What we take in internally in the way of food or drink that's digested, what we put on our body. I think I read somewhere it takes like 26 seconds for your skin to absorb what you put on it. And we take in what we put around our body. So things that we are taking in, either we're ingesting it, or through like breath, or it's just an experience that we have in an environment. All of those things are considered feasting opportunities. If we pay attention to what we're doing and where we are and how that makes us look and feel, then nutrition is really simple. Just do more of the things that allow you to look and feel your best, and less of the things that don't. You do not have to be an extremist in nutrition. You do not have to be someone who's going to go out and have to completely overhaul your life, unless that's the kind of person that you are. You do not have to follow an extreme diet or food genre type of lifestyle. I am a perfect example of the fact that I eat everyday food. I eat very normal food. I have all the foods that make me look and feel my best, and also make me happy and allow me the opportunity to socialize. And I teach you to do the same thing. Figure food out for you based on what foods your family customs, right, follow, what your family's social activities and experiences are, how you like to vacation, what makes you feel mentally, emotionally, and physically content with the choices that you're making. And then just be really honest with yourself. No one ever contemplates whether a salad is good for them. But we have these amazing, intense, in-depth conversations with ourselves about whether we should eat that chocolate cake. And when we get real with that, and when we get honest with that, and we know that the salad is probably the better option, but every now and then a piece of cake is going to be okay too, and we don't hang out in this negative spiral about why we're such a bad person because we chose a piece of cake, the nutrition becomes very simple. You won't have to count calories, and you will not have to manage any kind of macros. You just pick the food that allows you to look and feel your best, and do that in your most authentic way. Everything else is a marketing ploy to get you to buy into a bunch of things and to follow someone's very designated nutrition plan without the opportunity for you to make the decisions for yourself. So learn nutrition for you and everything becomes very simple. Intermittent fasting is the easiest, I forgot to put fasting in there. Intermittent fasting is the easiest lifestyle to adapt to and stick with. It is just a mindset shift about when we eat. You will not starve yourself. You will not be malnourished. You will not miss out on any memory-making moments if you choose not to. It's just deciding that we're going to allow our bodies to take advantage of what a fasted state does for us, and then moving when it is we decide to open up our feasting window. That is all intermittent fasting is. It is one of the simplest ways to live our life. We fast and we feast. That's it. And when you're fasting, make sure that you're fasting to get the results that you hope you're going to get, or the results that you say that you really want. So that goes back to number one, right? When you're fasting, are you fasting in a way that's going to get you to your why? And when you're feasting, are you making feasting choices that are going to allow you to get to your why? When you get really clear about what it is you say you want for yourself and you stop kidding yourself about those choices, then trust me, this is simple, because you're going to allow yourself to have the freedom and flexibility to live the life you say you want. And that, my friends, are the basics. Those are the basics. I know we want it to be more complicated. I know we want to believe that we have to completely overhaul our life and we have to cut out everything that's fun and we're not allowed to have certain foods. That's just not true. It is very simple. It is very basic. You have to believe for yourself that this is a lifestyle that is going to change things for you. It is a lifestyle that will allow you to go through these hormonal shifts and changes and enjoy what it is you say you want to enjoy in your life. I have coached tens of thousands of women, and no one ever comes to me and said that they stopped intermittent fasting because they couldn't find tomatoes in the grocery store. No one has ever come to me and said that they stopped intermittent fasting because they couldn't find organic or grass-fed and finished beef. No one has come to me and said that they failed at intermittent fasting because they don't like cucumbers. Like, no one has ever said that. When intermittent fasting is the thing that you can't stick with, it's because you don't believe intermittent fasting is what is going to get you what you say you really want, or you haven't managed your mind and your emotions around why it is you make nutritional choices. This is why I focus on the mindset aspect of fasting for us, especially going through these menopausal years. If you get clear on what it is you say you want, and you understand the basics of nutrition and what allows you to look and feel your best, this can be very simple. But we have to manage our minds around it first and be very honest with ourselves about what we want. When you get that figured out, trust me, this is super simple, and you will get beyond amazing results because you're not going to be playing mind tricks on yourself anymore. So if you've fallen away, go back to these basics. Don't worry about the nutrition part of it. Don't worry about the, little herbs and all those things that people are suggesting you take. Do this work, be clear, be honest, and I promise you, you will be fine. And then when things happen in your life, you won't be that person that falls away because you didn't manage your mind. You'll be fine. You'll work through it in your head. You'll go back to these basics. Come back to this YouTube channel. I got plenty of videos for you to watch, and I promise you everything will be okay. What I'm really worried about in society over these next few months is we're going to have a repeat of what happened last winter. And so many people are going to fall away from doing the basics to take care of themselves because they're not managing their minds and emotions around life outside of them, right? Or they're not managing their mind and emotions about what's going on in their life. So use these basics. They're super simple to adapt to. They're totally free. You don't have to buy a bunch of stuff to make it happen. You just got to think through it and then implement what it is you have agreed is what you want for yourself. Danny, hello, girlfriend. I'll let Michael know that you said hello. He's in the other room. I needed to hear this again today. It's a great refresher. Yeah, we all need to hear it for sure because we want things to be complicated. People want us to believe that it's complicated, and it really doesn't need to be. If you're going to fast, fast. When you feast, enjoy what it is you're choosing to feast on, knowing that you're making decisions that will allow you to look and feel your best. That's it right there. Michelle, good morning, girlfriend. Linda, yes, it works. Do you? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay, so I hope this helps. You know, I have my other tips too, you know, about how much water you're supposed to drink and how many hours you're supposed to fast and all of those kind of things. But when it comes right down to the basics, when it comes right down to the beginner tips, when it comes right down to making this simple so your life isn't all frustrating and you're not feeling frustrated about it, is go back to the thoughts, right? Go back to what it is you say you really want. And are you doing those things to make that happen for yourself? When those two things line up, promise you, this is a easy life. It's a beautiful life, and you will get everything it is you say you really want for yourself. If you're new to our community, please make sure you've subscribed, make sure you followed, make sure you get on my email list, make sure that you are clicking that DM button and you're asking me questions, or you're going to hit me up in the comment section. I'm here for you. I don't want you to struggle. I want you to age successfully, and I don't want you to get caught up in any stressful situations this winter. We want you to get caught up in what's going on around the world that feels stressful and frustrating and out of control. We can control what's going on in our world. We just got to make the decisions to make that happen. And I'm here to help you any way I can. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Have a great weekend. And I will see you guys around. If you need me, I'm just a DM away.